This is Srinivas Reddy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video tutorial in YouTube. I am heartily welcome you guys. So basically, I would like to share my knowledge with you, whatever I learned from my previous days onwards, and I have been working in one of the IT company now. So basically, in this video tutorials, I would like to explain about one of the most popular and most powerful programming language nowadays. So anybody have any guesses on that? Yes, you are absolutely correct. That is nothing but yes, Java, evergreen Java only. Yeah, so, but I don't want to directly go to the programming language. What is the Java? What is the whoops concept? What is class? What is object? So I don't want to directly go into that phase. Before going to that one, I just want to make sure you the background of all these things. Computer programming language is another phase, but hard to work on the programming language. There should be a computer. So I just want to give you some inputs about what is a computer, how computers works, how computers came into the picture, how internally those will do those computations, what are there inside the computer. Those are all the things I just want to discuss with you people before going to that phase. So in this today's tutorial, I would like to explain about computer history, or how computers came into picture. So let's not waste our time and your time. We'll directly go to our today's session. So a long back ago, people invented a number system for computations. So these number systems, so they were using for computations. So nowadays also we are using the same number system for computations as well. So what is computation? So that is what you are thinking about, right? So computation is nothing but just counting. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, like that is a computation. I'm doing the computations. So the first, and they invented these numbers for counting purpose. Then they invented some tools like abacus. You might be knowing about abacus tool. It is similar like nowadays people used to play with the toy, right? So small kids used to play with toy one. It's a rectangular shape with strips and balls. That is something like that abacus. And the main intention of that abacus machine is to count the buying and selling, how many products they buy and how many products they purchased. To count all those things, they invented that abacus machine. Now that is what the first initiative happened. And then in US, what they were doing, there was a law in US. They used to count their population or total country population for each 10 years phase. So that time in 80s, they manually used to count people population in country. But what happened is, when population of the year by year population was increasing, so that time it was very difficult for them to count. So what happened is, that is the situation where it was now. So they offered one prize, the people who can solve this problem, they offer some prizes. So that time that guy Hermann Holmich, he invented one punch card system machine. That is how punch card system will be like. It is like one piece of paper will be there, so they will put holes on the paper, and those holes, so they will calculate with the machines. So that is, each hole represents one person while he is counting the population. So that time it was a very huge success for them. So that is what the big revolutionary thing in the computer history. Then this Helmholtz company now became International Business Machines. That is nothing but IBM. So it continued. Those machines were a huge success and continued till 80 plus years from then. So then what happened is, in 1920, the machine Enigma was invented. So actually that machine was invented for encryption of messages, for encryption of bank messages. So people were not interested in those, no one buy it till 1930 those machines. But what happened is, 1930, Hitler and Nazi, you might be knowing about these two guys, Hitler and Nazi, they used this machine so to send encrypted messages to their military army. To their army, they want to send up encrypted message. They use these systems to keep a message, to send messages to military systems. In during World War II, what happened is, British built one computer called Colossus. Colossus is a computer. Basically, the system is to crack the encrypted messages. That's nothing that we can, in general, nowadays we can say it as a hacking. What we are doing is, right. So that time they invented Colossus machine, British people, to hack Nazis encrypted messages during World War II. You know what? Most of the computer revolutionary happened during the World War II. That time this revolutionary things happened very quickly. So Nazis, they cracked with the Nazis code, and it luckily it worked. So they cracked it. It just started then. Because of that one, the war has started 2 years ago, right? That is what the thing. Then what happened is in World War II, then US military, some kind of in a situation where they wanted to put their army some places. They want some competitions those days. So what they thought, like they need one more machine, which going to better performance than what till there existed. Then what happened is they invented one machine called ENIAC. So people you might be knowing about ENIAC. Anybody have any questions about what is ENIAC, full form of ENIAC? Yes, it's electronic numeric integration. Not integration, it's integrator, but people call it as integration as well. Electronic numeric integrator and computer. ENIAC is the computer. So it's a big revolutionary thing. What happened is, so in ENIAC, they used almost 18,000 vacuum tubes. So I'll tell you a small description about what is a vacuum tube. Vacuum tubes, you can imagine like it is just like our Philips tube light will be there, right? So like it's like our Philips tube only. So they used almost 18,000 vacuum tubes. One vacuum tube represents 1 bit of data. Don't worry if you are not familiar with bit. What is bit? All those things I will explain in the later tutorials. So they were using almost 18,000 vacuum tubes. One tube size is almost this much tube. So 18,000, you can imagine how big it was. So and one more thing is, because of those many vacuum tubes, it was consuming lots of power and generating heat. And the main concern was, if it is like our tube only, right? The fuse anytime it go out. So if fuse goes right, that time it is difficult to them to replace it again. That is what the problem they were facing. But comparing to other previous versions, it's good for them. It's a revolutionary thing. Then what happened is in 1870. Anybody have any guesses what happened in 1870? One revolutionary thing happened. That is invention of telephone. Yes, Alexander Graham Bell invented telephone. That time what happened is they established these phone links throughout the world, connecting to different cities. So they established all these phone links. So that time they used this computing machines to switch the signal whenever somebody calls, and they use these machines to route the signals to the specific person, to the specific country. That is what. Later, what happened is these vacuum tubes. So there were many problems with these vacuum tubes. Then they invented transistors. So if you are from electronic backgrounds, you might be knowing about what is a transistor. So I'll explain you how transistor works, all those things, for that tutorial. But this is as a brief introduction of the computer history. I just want to give an understanding of what is a computer history. So instead of vacuum tube, so they started using a transistor. So transistor is a semiconductor device. In computer, we can say it is acting as a simple switch. When you put on the switch, bulbs glows up. When you put off, it goes off. That is how switch is working. Right? That is similar like same functionality transistor also. But because of this transistor innovation, computer revolutionary happened like it's a blast. I could say it's a blast in the computer history. And they invented this transistor, and they started using the transistor as vacuum tubes have this much time size. So the computer transistor is now this much of size only it is. So computer size only this much of size also decreases. So people started using this transistors. So then what happened is the speed and the expectation they have not met. Then they started again. Researchers won't stop, right? So they continued doing the researches, and finally they invented this ICs, integrated circuit IC chip. That is IC. You know, right? So IC, they invented ICs where they incorporated thousands and millions of transistors on a single silicon chip. That's a great revolutionary VLSI technology. Then after integrated circuit, I could say vacuum tubes is the first generation computer, transistors is the second generation computer, then ICs are the third generation computer, and VLSI, very large scale integration. Nothing but they used to put lots of transistors and more transistors on a single silicon chip, so that functionality and speed they could they would able to increase the speed of the computer. Now in fifth generation computer, ULSI, ultra VLSI technology. But imagine this technology, they are using a 1 billion, you could imagine 1 billion transistors in a single silicon chip. Wow, it's a great thing, right? So because of which now, whatever the computers we are using, it very fast and accurate, also very okay. That is what the brief interaction about the computers. I think you have this one picture about how computers came into picture. But there are different types of computers. One is a personal computer, that is PC, what we are using it in our homes with one monitor and the CPU box and keyboard. That is what the PC. And workstation. PC is a single user computer, and workstation same similar like a PC, and so it single user operating system only. But the processor is much more powerful than what we are using it in PC. Then we have mainframe mini computers. Before mainframe, mini computers. It's a multi-user of a system. It is better than, the performance is better than workstations. And after mini computers, we have mainframe computers, massive computers, a very old computer, and also it's a very secure one. Mainframe still we are using mainframe systems. You could imagine how popular it is, and the security in the mainframe is very high security. That's why nowadays most banking and security concerns companies still using the mainframe system. So, but the problem is the cost is very high. Mainframe computer cost is very high, and maintaining is somewhat difficult. So that's why companies and people won't go for mainframe computers. And also hacking also won't cost to mainframe systems. Why? Because if they want to do some hacking, they need a system. To purchase mainframe, it's very difficult. Cost is very high, right? So somewhat difficult for them. So that is why hacking for mainframe systems is very difficult to the hackers. After the mainframe, so we have supercomputers, where we are using it in now our space supercomputer. The name itself says it's a supercomputer, very fast, very fast. What we are using it now in radars and the space, all those things are these things only, supercomputers. Then yes, we have computer. Only till now we are discussing what a computer, but we don't know about what is the software, how programs runs, all those things. Don't worry, I will explain you all those neatly. If you have any questions till now, any questions, so you could comment in the below comment section. And then what I can say, today, as it is a first video on my YouTube, so I just want to introduce about the computers. And if you want to know more about the computers, please do subscribe to my channel, and please like my channel if you like my video, and please give me your suggestions regarding my presentation in comment section, so that I'll make sure to not to repeat all those things in next tutorials. So hope you enjoyed my learning. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Have a great day.